Okay, let me help you. Before we start, there are things that we need to know about career in logistics and supply chain management. What is that actually means? And what can you do with diploma in logistics and supply chain management? You may have a basic understanding about it, but that won't be enough for you to start with a successful career. Logistics and supply chain are sometimes used interchangeably, but there is difference. Logistics refer to the processes involved in handling of goods, such as transporting material, storing them, or distribute product. Meanwhile, supply chain refer to the whole network of the different parties involved in getting goods from supplier to consumer. For example, the supply chain network for loaf bread would be include everyone from the farmer who growing the wheat to the supermarket customer who buy the loaf. What graduate jobs are there in logistics and supply chain? Procurement is a department often found within finance or logistics. Companies are often inundated with requests from suppliers to provide service, so a procurement department will manage suppliers and develop purchasing strategies which meet budgetary and other operational requirements of the company. What does a procurement officer do? Procurement officers work in many types of public and private organizations where they process purchasing transactions for service, equipment, stationery, and other goods. They perform duties such as identifying procurement needs of an organization, reviewing purchase requisition, awarding suppliers tenders, and supervising the performance of contractors. Typical entry-level roles may include buyer's assistant, junior buyer, or procurement assistant. What they normally do is finding the required resources, for example, raw material, and making sure they are the right quality and available at the right time. Getting quotes from supplier and negotiating to keep costs as low as possible. Thinking of venturing into warehousing field, you might end up working in a warehouse. If you are considering working in one, you should be aware that some warehouses are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so shift work is not uncommon. You will likely have to work some weekends and evenings. People who work in warehouse, storage, and inventory management are essential cogs in the logistic wheels. This guy makes sure the right goods are available and organized before companies export and ship large orders. Working in a distribution area, you will handle the ordering and distribution of products, parts, and accessories in order to have timely deliveries and gain increased sales profit. You will also need to keep contact with retailers and product delivery and with the merchandising department for product receiving. In transportation, it's all about moving things, storing things, and supplying things. And when we say things, we mean anything and everything from people, animal, and goods and services. Consequently, there are so many diverse careers available in this exciting, fast-paced, and ever-changing sector. Now, what kind of job you need to do in transportation area? A transport officer or supervisor perform the job of administration and operation at transport department of various companies. The job of the transport supervisor, although being one of supervision and control, you need to have a thorough knowledge and understanding of all technical and educational related to transport facilities and operation. Who is freight forwarder? Freight forwarder is a company that arranges import and export of goods. What is a freight forwarder does? There is a lot that goes into arranging the international shipping, from handling details of shipping, tracking inland transportation, preparation of shipping documents, warehousing, booking cargo space, negotiating freight charges, freight consolidation, cargo insurance, and so on. The freight forwarder acts as an intermediary between a shipper and various transportation services such as ocean shipping on cargo ships, trucking expedited shipping by air freight, and moving goods by rail. Freight forwarders also handle the considerable logistics of shipping goods from one international destination to another. In order for you to work in freight forwarding agency, you need to have extensive knowledge of import and export, documentation requirements, regulation, transportation on cost, and banking practice. As a conclusion, loads of different skills are needed for the many different kind of transport and logistic carriers. But the one thing you really need is an interest in being part of an industry that makes the world go around, or makes things go around the world. Fancy yourself, literally or metaphorically, behind the wheel. With such a vast array of career opportunities, there's certainly a place for you as part of the driving force behind the logistic and supply chain industry.